Imagine it's a summer day and you're getting ready to go on a road trip. 4 days, you on the road. You went to sleep early. You have enough energy ready for the day. You got your playlist on point. Your clothes are packed. You got the perfect snack selection. Like you got everything you need. You got your chips. You got Doritos. You got your Fanta. I'm going to need a couple bags of Skittles. Like everything you need is right there, right? Because let's be real, snacks make the trip. Everybody knows this. And it's time to go. But first, I'm just going to check this text message. Bet. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even read this yet. So something happened, right? And now I'm going to go check my timeline because I don't know what they're talking about. And everybody's apparently talking about it. What? Scrolling. Okay. Well, I'm kind of hungry now. So before we get on the road, I should probably grab something to eat. It's a good idea, right? I'm just going to get something real quick, something light. And while I eat, since I'm going to be sitting down anyway, I might as well watch my favorite show because, like, it's on. It's my favorite show. It's just one episode. Oh, snap, it's a marathon. Maybe I'll watch 2 episodes and then I'll leave. Before you know it, 4 hours later, you're tired. Now I want a nap. I'm just going to take a quick nap, though, because we still going to get on this road. I know I'm late, but we still going to do it. I'm just going to take a nap real quick. And now you wake up and it's nighttime. Just like that, your day is gone. Just like that. Your playlist, you can't start right there. That was daytime tunes. Now you're in the nighttime driving. Your snacks, they just not hitting right. Like, we can't even get into the snacks the way we're supposed to. And let's be real. Right now, it's nighttime. I'm kind of tired. I don't want to drive anymore. So just like that, it's all gone. Has this ever gotten away? Has this ever been you? Has the day ever gotten away from you? Has this ever been you? You were going to do one thing, and then all of a sudden you got distracted and did nothing? It happens from time to time. So on today's episode, we discuss the importance of time and energy. Let's get it.
I'm up in the clouds, I ain't coming down. Don't follow the crowd, I follow the cloud. Follow, the cloud. Follow the cloud. Follow the cloud. I'm up in the clouds, I ain't coming down. Don't follow the crowd, I follow the cloud. Follow the cloud. Follow the cloud.
Welcome back. I'm your host, David D, and I want to welcome you to the Follow the Cloud podcast, where we discuss life's journey of following the cloud. So, I want to first shout out today's sponsor. This could be you. If you want to sponsor the episode, let me know. I'm just going to speak that in until it happens. In the meantime, God, I thank you for sponsoring the episode like you sponsor our lives every single day. Bam, bam, bam. So let's recap. You're getting ready to go on this trip. Your bags are packed. You went to sleep the night before, so you have the necessary energy. You got the perfect snacks. The playlist is ready to go. Like everything is great. And then all of a sudden, you begin to misuse your time and energy. This is my life story, like every day. I have a list full of things that I need to get done. And I'm good until I get just a slight distraction. That one distraction leads me down a whole rabbit hole, off course and off cycle. So maybe that's not your exact case, right? Maybe it's not a road trip for you. Maybe for you, it's, oh, I'm going to get up and go do X, Y, Z once my show goes off. Or, oh, I'll get up and start cooking in a little bit. And then before you know it, your kids are eating cereal for dinner, right? Or maybe you're something like me. You know, when I was in school, oh, my assignment isn't due until Sunday at 12. So I'll just do a little bit of it every day. And then before you know it, it's 10:30 on Sunday night and I'm looking for my laptop charger because I didn't even start this thing yet. Like we've all been there before, and that's okay. But we have to recognize that this is, in fact, wasting our time and our energy. It's a waste. So when God gives us something to do, or he gives us a direction to go in, or some type of specific knowledge of what to do on a thing, he graces us with the time to accomplish this task. So he also gives us the energy necessary to endure the journey. So say that to yourself real quick. I have the energy to endure the journey. I know it sounds crazy, but really, if you tell yourself these things, you're much more equipped to accomplish it. I'm just telling you the truth. So he gives us the energy that we need to endure the journey. He knew that the journey would be long. Like, you got to think about it. He created this whole thing. He already knew how long it was going to take us to get it done. but he also gave us the mental capacity and the energy necessary to endure it. So it's like we get to a place where our batteries are fully charged for our mental sake, for our physical sake, to continue along the way. If he's telling you to start saving money, right? Maybe you wake up and God's like, hey, I need you to save X amount of dollars every week off your paycheck or every other week. And then all of a sudden, like 3 months down the road, he says, hey, take that money and go buy XYZ. Well, he gave you the time necessary to save up for that. If you didn't do it and now you can't get something that he wanted you to have, that's up to you. He gave you the proper time and energy necessary to get it. We have to remember, when we get a direction from the cloud, keep this in mind. The cloud will never lead you astray. The cloud is so very important, you know. We have to remember, just like in the book of Numbers, our cloud provides more than direction. So direction is great, but let's also acknowledge some of the other things that it does. The cloud also, like we see in Numbers 9:15, provides light. At night, the cloud would look like a pillar of fire. So this was God providing like a nightlight. When I was a kid, I needed me a nightlight. Okay, it's like they say the bad ones, you know, are the scariest, right? I needed a nightlight when I was a small kid. You know, it was kind of like my way of feeling safe. The light was providing safeness. The cloud was providing security, right? I believe this is also God's way of providing a security light. Think of it. He's leading the people of Israel, well, Moses is, out of slavery, right? Into the promised land. And so this fiery cloud would be, you know, lit up across the night sky. Imagine that you were like, someone was coming against you, right? Someone was looking for you, hunting you down. And all of a sudden they see this big ball of fire in the sky. I don't know about you, but I'm going the other way. Like, it's a way to provide security for you. Also, that big fiery cloud is a way to provide comfort for you. I'm sure those nights were getting cold, right? So this fiery cloud is now providing warmth for you. It's making you secure. It's giving you safety. It's keeping all evildoers away from you. Like, these are all things that the cloud does in one time. So very similar to like motion lights that you keep outside of your garage, or the light that you keep on your porch. Anytime someone gets too close, those lights turn on. It scares away burglars. It scares away people who mean to cause you harm. So think of it that way. The cloud is doing more than one thing at one time, right? Another thing that it does, on hot days, you know, these people are walking across, they're on this long journey. The cloud will provide shade. Come on, man. Shade on a sunny day? I don't know about y'all. I'll take that any day. If I'm sitting outside and I got to take this long journey, I don't know where it's going to go, but the cloud got me and I'm going to get there. Man, a little shade ain't going to do me some wrong, right? So the cloud will provide covering as they were walking. God isn't one-dimensional. The cloud often provides many things at one time. What happens is, while we're noticing one thing that the cloud is doing, it's actually doing like a bunch of other things in the background. It's aligning our path ahead. It's overlooking to make sure that we're walking in safety. It's making sure that nothing is going to deter us up ahead, right? The cloud is doing so many things all at once. It provides direction. It provides provision, safety, and peace, among other things. Imagine the peace when you know that you're on track following the cloud like you're supposed to be doing. So let me say this, right? Go back to the road trip. We missed our road trip because we fell asleep a little bit longer than we should have, and now we're off course. What if along the journey, along the way, what if there was somebody that you were supposed to meet, someone that you were going to have a divine encounter with? Like, they were going to say something to you that would change your life, or you were going to say something to them that would change their life. What if this connection was supposed to happen, but because you got off track, you missed it? Now everything changes. The whole story changes. That person now, maybe they have to go through their next week or so, you know, dealing with something that you could have saved them from. Or maybe they were going to impart some wisdom into you that would save you from some trouble that you're going to have to deal with now. These are all things that we have to keep in mind. I understand the journey can be tiring. Like, it really can. You're walking and walking and following and following. It can definitely get tiring. But remember, he gave us the perfect amount of energy necessary for the trip. So when you first set out on this trip, you were already gifted with the right amount of energy and the right amount of time that you would need for this. But now, because we got distracted, we don't have the energy to drive what would have been an easy trip. We don't have the energy to walk what should have been a nice brisk walk, right? We don't have the energy for this. Where I would have been driving in the daytime, full of energy, blasting my radio. Now it's nighttime and people are asleep in the car and I got to turn the radio down and I don't really have as much energy as I would have had in the daytime. The light ain't really keeping me up. This night is really comfortable. Like, I think I kind of want to go to sleep. It throws the whole thing off. So now I'm tired. When we lose sight of the cloud, it requires more time from us and more energy from us to get back on path. So let's say God started us out on 100, right? We got 100 on time. We got 100 on hours. And then we say, ooh, I want to go do this instead. I'm just going to take some of this and take some of that. And we're going to go use it over here. Well, the assignment still got to get finished. You still got to get where you're supposed to get. Like, the journey doesn't stop. You still have to get where he means for you to be. So now to get back on track, it's going to require more time from you. It's going to require more energy from you. You're probably going to have to cut through stuff you weren't supposed to. Like, imagine you're a picture yourself, right? I'm on a track. In front of me, way down is a gas station. And God wants me to go to that gas station. But I see if I go off just a little bit, it looks like a shortcut. Now, I'm taking this shortcut, and in the midst of it, I walk into a puddle. Now I got wet socks. And now I done walked across a vine bush and now I got cuts on my legs. And then this wild like snake or something started chasing me and like that just really tripped me out. So now I'm really gassed up because I don't do snakes. All it is because I wanted to get distracted and maybe take a shortcut or maybe go this way. Where if I would have stayed on track, if I would have stayed following my cloud, it would have been a peaceful walk. I would have been in shade. I would have been covered. Nothing would have come, do harm against me. Like, nothing that was not supposed to happen would have happened. But when we get off track, we end up using the time and the energy that we had for one thing, wasting it on another thing. It's very common, But again, we have to recognize these things and we have to really be honest with ourselves. As fun as that was watching these 8 videos that Facebook had me on when I only went to watch one, it happens. I probably could have spent that last 2 or 3 hours doing something that the cloud was trying to have me to do or going in the direction that I was supposed to be going on. So now I'm trying to play catch up, but playing catch up, you have to run where before he had you walking. You got to use all your energy now to try and catch up before to where you're supposed to be. Now I'm dealing with things I wasn't supposed to deal with. When he had me start my journey, maybe it was a perfect traffic condition, right? There were no cars on the road. There was no rain. But now I'm fighting traffic trying to catch up. There's rain all of a sudden. It's windy outside. These people that's driving at 12 o'clock, they're not the people that I would have been driving with at 8 o'clock. So they don't know how to drive, right? Like, all of these things are happening now, and it's now delaying where I'm supposed to be. Delaying it even further than I've done my own self, right? So now when I finally catch up, like, it's a weird situation where everyone there looks peaceful. Everyone there looks relaxed. They're refreshed. And I'm sitting here gassed out because I just ran and now I finally caught up with everybody. But I'm glad I'm back on track. But now the pace changes. The pace changes and says, hey, it's time to run now, guys. Run. I just ran up here. I don't have no time. I don't have any energy for the run. But if you would have stayed on course, if you would have stayed in purpose, you would have the perfect amount of energy that you needed, and you'd have the perfect amount of time. So now, let's look at it this way. Think of how many times in our lives did we get off course, did we get off track and miss an appointment? Or miss someone that was going to speak into our lives, or miss something that would have been beneficial to our lives. How many times did God tell me to do one thing, but I decided to do another thing? And that other thing might have worked out for my good, but it wasn't really what he had planned for me. So it's like, he wanted me to go this way. I decided to go this way. If I would have gone in the way that he wanted me to go, I would have gotten a ton of stuff. I would have gotten blessed. Like he would have revealed so many things to me. But then I decided to go my own way, and I just kind of barely made it through. That's not who we serve, y'all. He doesn't want us to barely make it through. He wants to like really bless us abundantly. And so we just have to keep these things in mind. Imagine if you were Jonah, right? In the book of Jonah, give you the real short story. God told Jonah to, Jonah was a prophet. He told Jonah to go forth and, warn the people of Nineveh, hey man, y'all tripping over there. Like God finna come and tear all this up if y'all don't tighten up. And Jonah was like, nah, bro, I'm good, fam. And went the opposite direction. And so now Jonah ends up trying to run away and gets eaten by a whale, right? So now Jonah spends 3 days in the belly of this whale. Imagine if Jonah would have done what he was supposed to do. Can you imagine the stories or the things that may have happened in those 3 days? Like he probably might have, met a person that would have knew another person, and whatever it could be. Who knows? Like it's literally, the options are literally limitless. Who knows what the story would have said if we would have just done what we were supposed to with our time and our energy. Now when Jonah comes out of it as well, that's 3 days time that he lost. My man is looking super skinny. He hasn't eaten in 3 days. He's sitting in the belly of a whale. Like that's us, we wasted time that we were supposed to be doing something else. We probably don't look like we're supposed to look because we were supposed to be in another place by now. Like just take that and apply it to your situation. I'm sure it matches for everybody. God has given us the time and the energy to follow the cloud. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's worth it. When we don't use that time and our energy appropriately, we steal purpose from God. God has placed purpose in each and every one of us. And so when we get off track, we're stealing our time and energy from God, the one who actually gave it to us. Think of it this way. Let me make it plain for you. When you go to work and you clock in, right? Normally, there's an expectation from your employer that a certain amount of productivity and a certain amount of time will be spent to do X, Y, and Z. When you clock in and you decide instead, I'm going to just watch some videos on Facebook, or I'm going to play this new level of my game I've been playing. Like I'm almost going to be on level 98. Like the job can wait. This is important. Or you like go hide in the break room, or you go take a 3-hour lunch. We all know these people, right? Your employer would tell you that you're stealing time because again, they brought you in, you got on their clock, and there's an expectation that you're going to produce something in this amount of time. Period. So when we don't do that, we're still in time. We have to focus our time and our energy on the things that we were meant for. As soon as we open our eyes in the morning, like your alarm goes off, your eyes open up, clink, you start. You clock in right then and there. There's purpose with your name on it. There's a day already with your name on it. There is a purpose and a plan for you to complete something on that day. When we say, all right, I'm going to do what I want to do today, or I'm going to just spend a little bit more time doing this or that, we're stealing time from God. We're stealing energy from God. When we go to sleep, God is restoring our body so that we can go and get back on the mission the next day. So when we go away from that, it's kind of messing up the system. And then we so crazy that we say, all right, Lord, I've been misusing your time and energy, but give me some more. You can trust me. No, I can't. No, you can't. What are you talking about? Like, imagine your neighbor. You see these people steal cars every day. You know they steal cars. Like, you know they do. You gonna let them drive your car? They just gotta go to the store real quick. You let them drive your car? I didn't think so. It's the same way with God. When God gives us time and energy to follow the cloud, and we prove to him that we're going to mismanage it, why would he give us more? Why would he? Like that's not even smart, So we have to think of it. Whenever he gives us the time and the energy to do something, let's make the most of that time and energy to do it. Like it's not always for us, it's probably for somebody else, but let's get it out the way. And what you'll find is in your obedience of stewarding your time and your energy correctly, He usually gives you some extra time and energy to do the things that you think you want to do anyway. You gotta put him first. You gotta put his stuff first. We have to stay focused on the cloud. So let's go forth and redirect our time and energy to the places and things that they were made for. I don't care how far away we get or how far off we stray from, we can always get back on the path. Like we always can. We just have to refocus, get back on track, and say that, okay, I'm going to really dedicate my time and my energy to what he's told me to do. That easy, guys. That simple. Let's do this together, man. Don't steal the gift that you've been given. Show that you can be trusted. Follow the cloud. This week's episode, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you follow us on IG at 2 Follow the Cloud, and I'm on YouTube at Follow the Cloud. Keep growing with us. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week on the next episode of Follow the Cloud. Y'all take it easy.
I'm up in the clouds, I ain't coming down. Don't follow the crowd, I follow the cloud.